Mechanical properties of solids. Topic is strain. Strain measures how much an object is deformed when a force is applied on it. In the last video, we have seen that when an object is subjected to a stress, the object gets deformed. So, how much an object is deformed is measured in terms of strain. So, strain measures the degree of deformation, the extent to which the body gets deformed. It is defined as ratio of change in configuration to the original configuration of the system. What is that change to its original value? Strain is classified into three types. They are the longitudinal strain, the shearing strain, and volume strain. Because we have seen that there are three types of stress, that is longitudinal stress, shearing stress, and volume stress. So, when an object is subjected to a particular stress, correspondingly there will be deformation. So, based on that, we have three types, that is longitudinal strain, shearing strain, and volume strain. Now, let us see what is longitudinal strain and how can we measure the longitudinal strain. Consider a cylinder whose normal length is L, capital L. Now, it is subjected to a normal force, that is, it is stretched from both ends. So, certainly the body is going to get deformed. Here, the length of the cylinder is very large compared to other dimensions of it. So, here the length is going to change. That is, the length of the cylinder gets increased. And the increment in length of the cylinder is delta L. You can see what is delta L from that figure. Therefore, linear strain is equal to change in length to original length of the body. What is the change in length? Delta L. The original length is capital L. So, linear strain is equal to delta L by L. Now, longitudinal strain can be classified into two types. They are, the first is called tensile strain. If the length is increased from its natural length, then it is known as tensile strain. That is, if that object is subjected to a tensile stress, the corresponding strain produced is called the tensile strain. That is the meaning of it. So, if the length is increased from its natural length, then it is known as tensile strain. The second class is compressive strain. If that length is decreased from its natural length, then it is known as compressive strain. Volume strain. What is volume strain? If the body is subjected to a volume stress, the volume will change. Correspondingly, we can measure volume strain. Consider an object, let it be a sphere, of volume capital V. This sphere is subjected to normal force from all sides. That is, at every point of the sphere, surface of the sphere, the normal force acts on it. Hence, the sphere gets pressurized and its volume decreases. Let delta V be the change in volume of the sphere. Then, the strain, volume strain, is equal to change in volume by original volume. Delta V is the change in volume. Original volume is V. So, we have delta V by V. Now, coming to shearing strain. Consider a cylinder of length L. A tangential force is given on its top surface. When the force is given, the cylinder gets deformed. The upper layer gets displaced relative to the lower layer of the cylinder, and you could see that shape of the cylinder now. If delta x is the displacement of the upper layer relative to its lower layer, and L be the length of the cylinder, then the shearing strain is defined as delta x by L. From figure, delta x by L is tan theta. You could see a small right angle triangle there, which is indicated by the dotted line. If you see that triangle, then just define tan theta from it. You could see tan theta is opposite side by adjacent side, which is delta x by L. So shearing strain is equal to delta x by L equals tan theta. Now, highly elastic objects are rigid. That is, if we compare steel and rubber, steel is more elastic than rubber. So highly elastic materials are more rigid. So even if you apply a very large deforming force on it, the deformation may be very, very small. That is, theta will be very, very small. When theta is very, very small, we have tan theta is approximately equal to theta. Therefore, in that case, you can define shearing strain, which is equal to tan theta, is approximately equal to theta. Now, I want to share you an important thing, that is, strain is dimensionless and it has no unit. Why? Because strain is defined as the ratio of same quantities. Maybe change in volume to original volume, that is volume by volume. Change in length by original length, again length by length. Shearing strain is defined in terms of theta, theta being an angle which is a dimensionless quantity. So strain comes under the class that is called ratio. It cannot be called a scalar or vector. It should be classified under the term ratio, like refractive index, angle, etc.